Hello and welcome to this week's Mind, Body, Soul show. I'm Gwenda Smith, your host, and this week I'm delighted to have a wonderful presenter here to speak with us all the way from Nairobi, Cresta Durojaiye, and Cresta will help me with that, is one of Africa's leading productivity experts. She has just recently finished a fantastic summit that I'll be asking her about, but I would like Cresta to talk to us a little bit more in a moment about her work as a certified professional organiser. Sounds really interesting to be a certified professional organiser, and what it is that she can bring for us that's going to help us be a lot more organised in our work, in our business, and perhaps even in our life. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you and welcome you, Cresta, London Shine Legacy Award recipient. Cresta, hello.
Hi, Gwenda. How are
Lovely to
you?
see you today. Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm happy to be here with you too.
Excellent. Cresta, please tell us about your recent summit that you've just finished on productivity and also your new series that is going to be a tremendous help to people being able to go forward, the Bounce Back series, go forward in their life.
Okay, so thank you. Now, in July, I think 15th, 16th, and 17th to be precise, 2020, we had the Productivity Bounce Back series. Now, every time I talk about productivity bounce back, I teach people to bounce because the idea behind it was, you have been going through the year from the beginning. You had goals, you had plans, you had visions that you had put in place. Now, one thing or the other, and the year rolls by, and you realize by the end of the first half of the year that you haven't quite achieved what you had set out to achieve from the beginning of the year. Now, that can be very demoralizing sometimes for people, and it kind of stops them in their tracks. Now, the Productivity Bounce Back series, it was particularly set for July, being the beginning of the second half of the year. So it kind of gives you a feeling of a new start, like seeing it like a new year again. So the bounce back is to encourage you, to teach you on different aspects. So we had speakers from the productivity angle, speakers from health and mental health and body health. We had speakers from relationship. We had speakers from all works of life that you can think about, even skincare, health and skincare, everything that makes the whole human being. We got speakers from all of these areas to touch on what each individual can do to revive and bounce back again to being productive and to walking the path of actually actualizing their dreams and their goals. So that's what it was all about, teaching you to bounce back to doing what it is that you had planned to do and giving you tools and tips to spur you back into action.
Thank you, Cresta. That's fantastic. And it's something that really helps us to be able to build our resilience. And without resilience, we really
Yes.
find life a big struggle, no matter what it is that we're going through or what we're experiencing. So, with you addressing the whole picture, the hair, the nails, everything, right down to achieving your goals, there are brilliant steps to be able to ensure that you've got really strong foundations for excellent resilience. And with that, we're able to bounce back and bounce through anything really that life brings our way. Now, Cresta, you also have your great passion for productivity and being able to bring forward a very good acronym that you have, the BREATHE acronym, to help people understand
Yes.
how they can increase their productivity. But we're going to be right back after a short break and we will go into the BREATHE acronym with you.
When the going gets tough, advertising is a must. Thousands of potential customers make buying decisions every day based on advertising they've seen or heard on radio and television. Are you losing sales because potential customers don't know what you offer? Get your business, product or service in front of thousands of potential customers with a joint advertising package on Power FM and PTV Channel O. Capture a multimedia audience with our affordable radio, TV media advertising package. Stay ahead of the pack by contacting Barry on 0431 390 920 or email feedback@ptvchannelo.com or Jeff at powerfmtoowoomba@gmail.com.
If you've lost your income or had a change of earning capacity through no fault of your own and are struggling with debt that you can no longer handle, you probably feel a bit like this ant. If the struggle is getting you down and you feel overwhelmed, there is an answer. Central Liaison has helped thousands of people break free of the debt struggle by handling their debt for them. Freeze all interest, stop the harassing calls from the bank and start enjoying life again. Call them today on 0409 344 070 for a confidential, obligation-free chat about how Central Liaison can help you take your life back. The number again, 0409 344 070. Call them now.
Digital marketing at A1 Supercheap Tyres is paramount. With having local search on board, they're definitely a part of our business. They are like having a marketing team of your own. It's by far the most important thing to this business and surviving and growing.
Welcome back everyone as we pick up with Cresta Durojaiye, a fantastic a leading productivity coach and businesswoman from Africa. And what Cresta you have for us, you have a beautiful acronym that you use and teach in your productivity work. And it's something that we all do as part of being able to stay alive, really. We all breathe. But you've created this gorgeous acronym. Would you take us through that, please, Cresta, and help us understand how we can think of our productivity as we breathe?
Okay. All right. So the Breathe productivity acronym, it is totally amazing. Now, every now and again, we all look for that easy to remember practical tool or strategy, that spurs us on as we, go through the ups and downs, the twists and turns of life, and something that just brings us safely to the point of success where we feel like, oh yes, I got it together. Now, that is what the Breathe productivity concept is about. It is like a one-stop handy tool that every one of us needs. We need to have it handy, and if we can remember to practice it every now and again, we're gonna be in a good place. Now, I would always say that it is totally amazing to be productive, in and out of season. But what is most important is to note that, we get a value from being productive when we clearly understand who we are and understand the times and the seasons that we are in. So when you understand yourself, you know better what works for you. Now, this applies regardless of who you are, what you do, what is your career, what are you passionate about, and all of that. It cuts across that. So as soon as you understand who you are, now, B says, be you and do you. You can only be you and do you when you understand who you are. So be you, do you. Discover what works for you and stick to it. Being the best version of you is what makes you a productive person, not being the best version of someone else. So be you, do you. Yes. And be flexible and make necessary adjustments. So there are sometimes that we realize in a particular scenario or situation, we need to adopt a particular posture. Now, because we are in that posture for that particular season does not mean that in the new season we have to get stuck in the box and not move. So you have to be flexible. When it's a new
Yes.
season, figure out what works for you for that new season and then make the
Brilliant.
necessary adjustments and continue on your journey. Now, R is relax your body and rest your mind. Now, a rested body and
So
mind
true.
positively impacts on your overall well-being. When your overall well-being is in tip-top shape, it then sets the tone for a more productive you. So I would say
Yes.
engage in activities that make you relax, activities that rejuvenate your body and your mind. It can be something as basic as just watching a movie at home with your homemade popcorn and a glass of juice or coffee, whatever works for you. It may also be just you reclining in your, easy chair to sound of music in the background. Whatever it is, figure it out. Figure out what makes you relax and what makes you
Yes.
feel rested, and then act on it. And remember, when you exert too much pressure on your body and your mind, it always has a way of impacting negatively on both your physical and your mental well-being. So
Yeah.
eventually, it's going to affect your
Absolutely.
productivity. So what do I say?
Yeah.
R, relax your body and rest your mind. E, engage. Engage, some people would say network. Now, engage with friends and loved ones. Remember, no man is an island, and studies
No.
have always shown that when it comes to the workplace, employees who use social networking are 9% more productive. In other words, engaging and networking boosts your productivity. So engage,
Yep.
make friends, relate, reach out, and
Yes.
keep yourself accountable. When you are accountable to someone, you find
Ah.
out that they'll always check up on you, and it helps to ensure that people around you are constantly checking up on you, and you are also checking up on other people, and it just continues to overlap, and it builds an amazing picture of total well-being. Now, I had to
Beautiful.
recently develop a
Beautiful.
new
Yeah.
habit of sending. Normally I would send texts and all of that, but when I got so busy, I just thought, what, if I can't call, then let me attempt a voice note. And I started sending voice notes to people. Hi
Ah.
Jane, how are you? How's it been? I just thought to check up on you, and I realized that it had a very different effect on them versus the texts I was sending. It was almost like we were interacting. I learned that new tip, and I have been doing it a whole lot, and it's changing the
Ah.
way I relate with people, yes, and how it
Yeah. It has
affects
that.
them. So engage, and again I say
Definitely.
engage. It has a warm touch to it. It blesses you, and it blesses the people that you're engaging with. Over to A is act on your health on the go. My kids always make
Ah.
fun of me. I am always looking for the staccato arrangement of words. Act on your health on the go. Now, understand your health patterns
Yes.
and
Yes. So
keep track
important.
of them so that
Yes.
you detect irregularities early enough and can act on them. Now, like our doctors always advise, early detection saves lives. So, eating
Yes.
healthy
Yeah.
and exercising to keep fit positively always impacts on your physical and mental well-being, and that in turn has a direct impact on your overall performance. So
Yes.
always act on your health on the go. Maintain, monitor, check, and be consistent with it so that when something
Brilliant.
falls out of line, you notice it early enough
Straight
and you
away.
can act on it.
That is brilliant,
Now,
Cresta, and so important,
yeah,
so very important. And
so
you're so
important,
right.
Gwenda.
Preventative, yeah, prevention is it's better than cure. Much better.
True,
So yeah,
true. I totally agree.
yeah.
Now,
And
T,
then we have T.
train, letter T, train to grow and boost your knowledge base. The best investment anyone can make in themselves, according to Warren Buffett, is the more you learn, the more you earn. So your investment in yourself earns you.
Yes.
It earns you knowledge. It earns you sometimes money. It earns you a total picture of what it is that you require at every point in time to be your best productive self. So training to grow and boost your knowledge is very important. Now, we can take advantage of the myriads of free learning materials that are available, especially online, and we can begin to improve and grow ourselves. The more you learn, the better you become, and the more you earn. Now, it could be as learning is not always academically based. It could be as
No.
simple as learning a new way of doing something differently from how you have always done it. Now,
Yes, that's the
recently,
key.
don't laugh,
That's the key. Yeah. Most definitely.
don't
Learn
laugh. I
something.
recently just decided to try my hands on baking. For
Oh,
me,
well
that was
done.
new
Well
learning. And
done.
where did I get all the materials from? Online. All right, wait
Oh,
for it. I'm
yes.
not done. I
Uh-huh.
attempted baking bread rolls.
Oh,
And
my
yes, I
word.
ended up with burnt rocks. My children, my family, they were so nice to me. And they were like, "Oh, mommy, this has a barbecue taste to it." I'm like, "Yeah, right,
Oh,
burnt
see
rocks."
ya.
They encouraged me, and it made me try again
Mm.
and again. And I'm actually getting better. Now, I'm not there yet. And that's to tell you that it doesn't mean as soon as you start learning something, you become perfect at it. It takes
Ah,
time. It takes
yes.
perseverance. It takes continuous push, and you just gotta encourage yourself to keep going. And the key point here is take baby steps. And don't
Yes.
be too hard on
On
yourself.
yourself. Yeah.
I baptized my bread roll as burnt rocks because I chose to just make light of the matter. I was not going to take myself too seriously. And it
Yeah.
helped. But if I had done it
Absolutely.
the other way around, I may have gotten discouraged and I wouldn't have
Yeah.
continued. So
Yeah.
do what you can. Take baby steps. Don't be too hard on yourself and take on just what you can handle.
This is the whole thing about life, isn't it, Cresta? So many times we're very hard on ourselves. We give something a go and then we give
Yes.
up after the first. Maybe we go back a second time, but we expect everything to just fall into line and be perfect before we've really even
Hmm.
got off the ground and understood what we're doing. So I love that. And burnt rocks,
Yes.
I think I'll keep that idea
Hmm.
for future example. That's
So true,
excellent.
Gwenda.
We're
So,
just too
so
hard on
true.
ourselves.
Sometimes we're too hard on ourselves.
Yes, way too much. And I don't know, we expect ourselves to be brilliant before we've even got out of the seat to start. And so, you can't do anything in
Hmm.
this life without giving it
Hmm.
a go and learning the steps and then putting those steps into practice and coming back and doing it again. I remember doing the times
Yeah,
table
yeah.
as a child. My dad would say every time he came home from work, I had to be able to recite one of the times tables that he selected. So it wasn't a case
Mm.
of this week learn the one by ones or, the one times table. It was learn all the time, one right through to 12, and I never knew which one he was going to ask for. So I had to practice, practice, practice
Wow.
all of them all the time. And I'm still no good with maths, so it didn't work.
Wow,
So
wow.
where are we up to now? We're up to H.
Yes. Now, age, happiness. Happiness
Oh,
is so key. It
yes,
improves
isn't
your
it?
heart's health. Your heart requires happiness to remain healthy. It strengthens your immune system and it just
Yes,
makes it easier for you to
yeah,
combat stress. Do you agree with me,
absolutely.
Gwenda?
Oh, absolutely, Cresta. I'm swimming in joy over all of this because it's so relatable to what I teach as well. And yes, a strong heart
Yeah.
is our key to having a really good life and a well life, very much. Yes.
Yes.
So, what are your
Yes.
fabulous tips for happiness? How are we going to take that into everything that we do?
Okay. Now, many times there are things that happen all around us that we have no control over. But
Yep.
we don't have control over the things that happen, but we have control over how we choose to react
Yes.
to things when they happen, or situations or
Yep.
circumstances. And that is very important. Choose
Absolutely.
right.
Yes.
Choose to be happy, choose not to be depressed. Now, if we continue to choose to react negatively to the negative situations that we encounter, we will only be adding to the statistics of the many people that are going into depression. So I would say stay happy by engaging in
Yep.
thoughts and activities that evoke happiness in you.
Yeah.
Now, if you feel for any reason that you're struggling, it's okay to reach out. Some people are able
Yes.
to do these things, find out what works for them and whatever it is that evokes happiness, and they immediately begin to do it to trigger happiness. But some people are
Yeah.
not quite there. And for
Yeah.
anybody in that kind of situation, I would say reach out, cry out for help. Don't store it up
Yeah.
and don't wait until you break down. So if you can't
Yes.
quite, bring yourself up to that place where you do stuff that makes you happy and evokes happiness consistently in you, reach out, cry out, and let somebody hand hold you and be there for you. Remember the song, don't worry, be happy. Now, for some people like me, I watch romantic comedies. It just cracks me up. I look for movies that make me laugh.
Yes. Yes,
Movies
absolutely.
that just make me laugh. And sometimes
Yep.
when I'm doing my personal movie time, that's another new thing I started. I
Oh,
laugh, and my children are wondering what's going on. Why is she so happy? But you need happiness in your life. So
yes.
figure out what makes you happy, what evokes happiness in you, and go ahead and begin to engage in it. Now, when you do that, it takes your mind off the serious stuff that trigger worry. And before you know it, you're giggling and you're laughing uncontrollably. And it so works. It works for me, and you can give it a try. It will
Yes.
work. So get busy with it and cheer yourself up. Don't forget, happiness is a key ingredient of productivity.
Oh, it certainly is, and it's a key ingredient to being well. We're going to be back in just a moment, but in the meantime, have a good laugh, and we'll see you again shortly.
Oz Hosting is proud to support Switched On IT in bringing practical help to Australian businesses. We're talking to literally hundreds of businesses every day about their IT services, how to make them more efficient, how to make their businesses more efficient, and how to protect their valuable data. If you'd like your IT services securely hosted right here in Australia and expertly managed, talk to Oz Hosting.
Power FM is total entertainment. From the morning drive with Fiona and Jeff to the drive home with Jeff Black. On the weekends, catch the Crazy Kevin Show, Dennis Mitchell's Breakfast with the Beatles, the Semi-Pro Sports Show, and Racing Nation with James O'Shea. Plus the music you grew up with. Keep your radio dial locked on Toowoomba's Power FM, celebrating 10 years. You'll find us at 88.0 on the FM dial or online at www.powerfmradio.com.au.
The 2020 Murdoch Lawyers Darling Downs Bush Bash League gets underway September 13, and this Friday will see this year's teams finalised with the player draft. PTV Channel O and Power FM will be streaming live from Clifford Park, so if you can't make it in person, we've got you covered. The 2020 Murdoch Lawyers DDBBL on Power FM and PTV Channel O is brought to you by Local Search for all your digital solutions. Streamed live on ptvchannelo.com and powerfmradio.com.au/special events.
Here we are back again, everyone, and having a fabulous laugh about things. And, you know, sometimes we just need to have a laugh about life. Cresta, now we have the letter E to complete our breathe.
Yes.
So what are we doing with our letter E?
Letter E, we're saying to you, exhale and inhale. Basically, we're saying exist. When you breathe in and you breathe out, you're living, you're existing. So letter E, exist, exhale and inhale. Now, I recall seeing a poster recently that said your self-worth doesn't depend on your productivity, and it's okay to just exist sometimes. Now, this really spoke to me, and it completely set me free. Because, you know, sometimes we're all up and about, you know, trying to make things happen, trying to be productive, trying to achieve our goals, trying to sort out the family, trying to ensure that we deliver on all assigned tasks at our places of work, and so on and so forth. The list is endless. We go on doing this round and round and round, and we forget sometimes to breathe and actually just be alive. We forget to exist. We are so about achieving that we don't remember to actually exist. So I just want to say at this point that existing sometimes is productive enough. And you can just leave it at that until you can afford to do more. When you feel pressured, when you feel stressed out, just relax, let go of everything, exist. Breathe in, breathe out, exhale, inhale, relax, and then keep it at that until you can afford to do more. And with that, I would wrap it up and just say to you, follow your pace. Do all that you can do. And then when you've done all that you can do, just breathe.
That is beautiful, Cresta. Everyone, I hope you've taken some fabulous tips from that. It is a brilliant tool for you to work your way through anything in your life. And, you know, even if you're a mum, staying at home, being dedicated to your children at home, or if you're a runabout mum, which is what I've been for most of my life too, is still take all these tools, take all these wonderful tips and use them, apply them to yourself, to your family. Maybe you can even try baking some buns and let us know how your rock buns come out. Cresta, it's been absolutely wonderful having you with us, and thank you so much for your wisdom, for your wonderful words, all about us being able to live a more productive life, but from a way that is so much more healthy and looking at our wellness from all over. So every aspect, it's brilliant. And congratulations on your recent summit, your Bounce Back Summit. Cresta, for our lovely viewers, where can they contact you if they would like to know more? I know that we are going to have some fabulous offers for you, some fabulous things for you to be able to access as gifts from Cresta that are going to help. But Cresta, if they'd like to contact you, could you tell us how they can do that, please?
Okay, you can contact me via my website, www.crestadurojaiye.com. I'm sure it's going to show on the screen because Durojaiye may be a challenge. But when you get on my website, my contact details are all there, and you can reach me at any time.
Well, that is quite right, Cresta, but we are so fortunate that our show becomes a podcast. So can I get you to spell the Durojaiye for our people so that when they listen on podcast, they know how they're going to spell it?
Okay, great. So maybe I should even start with Cresta. Cresta is C-R-E-S-T-A. Resta. And then Durojaiye. Let me say Delta, Umbrella, Romeo, Oscar, Jamaica, Alpha, Indigo, Yankee, Echo. So www.crestadurojaiye.com.
I think you've practiced that very clever work with your surname, your beautiful surname, Cresta. Well done. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And viewers, remember that our show goes
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. At 7 p.m. on Wednesday evenings, Brisbane, Australia time, and again 7 a.m. Thursday morning. So for everyone that is over in Cresta's side of the world, you may find that the 7 a.m. Thursday is a good time for you. And then you're also able to visit our show on demand on the beautiful PTV channel.com. We will have our links for you on the show and also on the Facebook page. But Cresta, it's been an absolute delight to have you and to hear all your wonderful help. Thank you so much for being with us, and I hope all stays well for you in your area of the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had an amazing time. Be blessed.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.